Hey Derby World! Well, we are out here at the Jay County Fair Demolition Derby. It's actually the night number 2 for the Derby. Unfortunately, we were in Colorado filming that event last week when this was going on for the first night, but we're here for this day number 2. They've got compacts, windshield, most wanted fine arts. I think they got a pro stock full size, as well as an old school wire full size, which they ran last week, and that's kind of a cleanup class. But these are going to be your compact cars. I think these are some of the youth class compacts right here. So a lot of them have the passenger seat still, so yep, those are got to be the youth compacts. And then I think these next ones here are going to be your windshield class. Now, windshield street is really the true street stock. You basically knock the windows out of it, take all the external chrome off, and then you just put a simple bar in the door, and that's it. So very stock, very simple. Remove the gas tank only if it's behind the rear axle. It's, again, just go out and have some fun kind of class. So there's a whole bunch of cars lined up in the back. We're going to try to get these guys best we can here real quick. They're going to be doing a driver's meeting in about 10 minutes. I think these are also youth, so maybe youth most wanted fine art or something. Interesting, not really sure. That's the winner? All right. They got a couple mowers here apparently tonight. I didn't even know they were doing mowers, so that's kind of cool. You're able to see a few of those run. And then I believe these are also youth minivans, so I'm not really sure where they're drawing the lines here, but they look like basically most wanted fine art style build rules, very stock. And some number of pre-rans that probably ran last week, would be my guess. Now we'll go catch the rest of the lineup. So real quick, while we're walking by, this is the inspection area. We got Muldoon's Imperial right there. It's probably for the old school wire, as well as a few guys getting some retech coming in. Looks like a minivan for the most wanted fine arts. They're not doing actual minivan heat, but the most wanted fine arts is running a lot of different minivans. And we also have the stock full-size cars. All right, now I believe this is like the stock compact class, and I don't know if it's a true windshield or if it's again more of a stock compact. So we'll find out when they announce the heats as they come out, and I'll name it accordingly when you guys watch the heats. So I apologize, I didn't really study the lineup much other than I just hopped in my car because this one was just over an hour to my house. Always a good show though. Jay County always delivers with a lot of good car count and some good action, so it's definitely worth always coming out if you can. And again, they do 2 nights, and every time they always get over 120 cars. So hard to do that kind of number at a county fair these days, so it must be doing something right. So if you see your car or your buddy's car in this video, make sure to tag them and you know, the timestamp of when you saw it. It's always cool to know who's watching the videos. It just, you know, helps us know where everybody is and that they appreciate seeing their cars on the screen. Alright, so here we have the compact heat. So these are more of, I don't want to say it's full mod, but it's definitely, you know, semi-mod compacts. They're pretty well built. I think a Smash It Mini can pass for this class with a little bit of cutting. So if anybody's familiar with those sets of rules, you'll know what I'm talking about. So yeah, like our Camaro would have been able to run in this class. Very similar to also Twisted Metal for some of those shows that we hit up in film. You guys would be familiar with those. They're pretty stout compacts here. I apologize, I'm kind of going a little bit quick here because they're doing the driver's meeting in just a couple minutes, so I'm trying to get this in before the show gets going. Oops. Hey, how we doing, buddy? Good. Excuse me. Thank you. All right, this looks like the last of the compact cars. All right, so here is the Pro Stock full-size heat. So these guys are gonna have the big motors and all the toys and goodies to make sure they have the best derby cars they can. And it's gonna get rowdy if I know some of these guys and some of the competition that's out here on the track. So it's gonna be a good one. These guys always tear it up, and that's that class. So I think it'll be fun to watch. How we doing? It's gonna get rowdy in this one. The only round back wagon I've seen today, but it might be one of the bronze wagons. It's kind of hard to tell, but I think so. All right, here is the wire class. So I originally thought it was like an 80s wire, but I think it might just be the old school wire. So again, like an old school set of builds, you really can't get too crazy with some of the modifications, but you get tires, cage, bumper, those sort of things. Takes me back to how the rules were when I was growing up. Couldn't get away with much. Alright, there's the last of that class. Alright, now I believe this is like a street stock full-size wire. So very stock full-size cars where you really, truly can't do much. Looks like basically you're just allowed a back bar, tires, and bumper.
How you doing?
Doing good. How you doing? Good to see you guys. All right, and then this is the Most Wanted Fine Arts, I believe. The mixture of cars and vans, a lot of vans in particular.
Oh, well, hell yeah. That's a freaking play on their part.
There's so many vans. They might have to start breaking these things out into like sedans and then vans and SUVs, just to keep things a little more an even playing field. You got the build rules really good, but derby drivers are creative and they're going to figure out what car works the best and run it. And I think that's what's starting to happen with Most Wanted Fine Arts already, just in such a short period of time that class has existed. I don't have a problem with it, I'm just saying. Alright, we're going to switch sides here just to... I think after this one we'll be able to get a little bit better view of some of these cars. It's always tough when they're parked in like this. I love the lineups, but also it makes it hard to give everybody the feature that you want to. Looks like the driver's meeting's still going on, so that's a good sign that I still got a couple minutes here. It's always nice to know the running order and such, but I think I can figure that out here in a little bit. If you've ever been on the fence about should I start Derby, should I try running it, this is the class for you. Most Fun and Fine Arts. You don't even have to take the windshield out. It's basically strip the interior to the bare, basic. You can leave a lot of guys leave the dash and everything in, and then you just run street tires. You have to run stock bumpers. I was just sitting and idling. That's interesting. But yeah, you can do very, very little on these things. You can run donuts on the back, but you have to, again, run street tires. You can't run snow tires, nothing like that. It has to be DOT street tires, as if it was on the road. So this is one where you can literally, with some buddies, build one of these things in like 2 hours. I've heard you guys even doing it quicker, but I think if you're being honest, you should do it in about a couple hours. This one, they didn't even take the interior out, hardly. Look at that, he's got all the seats in the thing, all 3 rows. I mean, that's to your advantage. That's a Trailblazer, if I'm not mistaken. Those are actually really good mini trucks. They're quite stout. The frames on them are really good. So it's a really good choice to get. All right, well, I think we're getting to the end. There's a few cars still sprinkled in the pits that are either trying to get a flag or just haven't pulled into the lineup yet, but showtime is about to start. So if you're not in the lineup, I apologize, I didn't get your car, but as always, try to get everybody that we can. So yeah, we'll have all the individual heats, as we always do. We'll be posting those up here after this video, so definitely check those out if you saw anything you like. If you like the video, consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing if you've not already done so. Again, this was kind of a super quick tour around the pits here at Jay County, so we're hoping for some good action. And as always, I hope you like it, and we'll talk to you later.